Hello everyone, Coach Carol with you for the fifth segment in my Genealogy with AI series. This is all about revamping your genealogy projects with the ultimate AI squad. Now, I've talked about my favourite AI tools so far. They were GPT-4 Omni, Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and Perplexity. The next tool that I want to focus on is an all-encompassing family archive tool called weare.xyz. Let me share with you some of the reasons why you might want to use weare.xyz. It's in here that you can plan and create your family history archives. You can upload your GEDCOM files from other databases such as Ancestry. And of course, like every other project that we've been working on, you still need to decide what you want to focus on. What is your goal for using weare.xyz? Have you ever wanted a site where you can not only have your family tree, but also your stories, your documents, blog, and more? Your AI tools are still relevant to help you plan how you're going to use your weare.xyz. And there are also separate and specific AI tools built inside the weare.xyz program. Now, some of the things that you may want to do, of course, will include archiving all of the facts and information about people and families. And you'll want to write articles, simple ones like ancestral profiles, or all about the documents. Maybe there's some that you want to unpack and transcribe. Or you may have a whole family group biography. Your stories can be held in weare.xyz as well. Stories about your ancestral trails, special occasions, or artifacts collected and handed down in your family. You can even have stories and articles about specific places. You may even be thinking about launching a one-place study. This could be a place for that. And finally, blogs. These will allow you to collect your stories and share them with others. Let's have a closer look. In your family tree archive, all of the facts that you've gathered from your database, which is Ancestry or Family Search, will be included in your GEDCOM file that you can download and upload into weare. And it will keep all those facts together for all of the members' families. Now, you may have a GEDCOM for your maternal line, paternal line, or both together. It doesn't matter. In your family tree archive, you can have all of the information about all of the families all neatly gathered together and linked together. And you can share all of this information with your current families. Have them share the love of genealogy and join you in the journeys into the stories. In the family tree archive, you'll keep documentation about various individuals. I'll give you some examples of those in a moment. You can also have individual profiles set up for each and every one of your ancestors, all in the one place. There is a tool inside weare.xyz that enables you to create a subtree. Now, I've made this one a little blurry for you today, but you'll get the idea that you can indicate inside a story or an article who the story is about by including subtree from the main family tree. You can populate that with images of your ancestors if you have them, or have AI help you generate some like I have done here. When it's time for you to write your articles, you might want to just focus in on profiles for individuals. And inside weare.xyz, you'll find some helpful AI tools to help you write those. Your biographies for family groups might be something else that you're looking to store in here, and the AI tools will help you with those. The documents tool inside weare.xyz is great for storing all those old records that you've collected, digital images, and it will also allow you to include transcription of each one. Makes it so easy for sharing with your family members. For example, I have a collection of primary records for my great-grandparents, Cease and David, and each of those is stored in their own special place inside my family archive. When it comes to writing stories, you've got so much choice. Ancestral trails could be something that you want to focus on, taking your current family with you on trails back in time to walk in the footsteps of your ancestors. You can do these with ease inside Family Archive at weare.xyz. There's also a special collection for those stories about occasions. Maybe it's a wedding, or maybe it's a funeral, or maybe it's some other occasion that you want to celebrate and share with your family members. What about those artifacts that have been handed down? You want to tell the story of those so that the people coming after you know the meaning of this artifact and why it's been kept. You can have a special place for that inside your family archive. When it comes to ancestral trails, which is my present focus, you can have as many of these as you like, and you can set them up inside your family archive very easily. You'll see here I'm working on one that is mapping my ancestral trails in Wales. And specifically, I'm looking at the journey that my great-grandmother took inside Wales during the period of her life between 1808 and 1891. And inside those ancestral trails, you can link to the places and tell people the details about the town, the village, the county, the buildings, whatever it is that you want to do to share those ancestral trails. You might be considering starting a one-place study. This is a very popular pursuit amongst many genealogists who want to tell the story of a specific building, perhaps a church, or of a village that you want to dig deeper, research and find out the history of the people in that village. Stories of place is another special component of the family history archive. When you're doing ancestral trails and showing others where your ancestors walk, you can use a special tool in the family archive called Mapbox, which you can see an example of here below, that describes where your ancestors once walked. In this case, I'm showing various towns and places in Wales, South Wales, where my ancestors came from. And if this was live, And we can click into it and I could take you on a flyby to show you. I'll do that in a moment. But using the Mapbox tool is very, very simple. You just pin to the map the places where you want to take your ancestral trail. Finally, the tool inside your family history archive or blogs is another bonus feature where you can keep all of your blog articles and posts together. I've got a couple of these showing here where I keep information about my maternal line on the left and my paternal line on the right. And I've set them up with special background images. You get a choice of these for blog, and these are free. They come with the program. And you can then either write directly into the blog, or you can add an article from the archive to the blog. That makes it so simple and really builds your blog very quickly. And here's a closer example of the blog from my maternal line, the Forged in Time. And you can see here that I've got an article about my great-grandmother, which you saw before as an article, and I've posted that to the blog. And here is a blog article that goes with it. And there are more below that you're not seeing in this screen grab. Now, if you want to do all of that, I really encourage you to think about creating your family history archive with weare.xyz. Just type that into your search bar and go and find out a bit more. Or if you want to do even more than that, join us for this webinar coming up on Saturday, the 31st of August, for Building Ancestral Trails. This is on at 5 o'clock in my time zone in Australia, and that is the equivalent of 8 a.m. in British summertime. This is a free program that you can come along and learn a bit more about weare.xyz. Thank you so much for looking over my shoulder at this series of video tutorials about enhancing your genealogy stories using my AI squad. I really hope that you will be inspired and that you might want to visit my Essential Genealogy Academy. And you can find that by going to coachcarolonline.com. Put that below the video so that it makes sense to you and you can click on it directly. Thank you once more. I hope that you have enjoyed watching these videos on revamping your genealogy projects with the ultimate AI squad.